Last October, Facebook announced that it was going full steam into crypto, and specifically this idea of a metaverse. And all kinds of money poured into crypto projects related to metaverses and even blockchain gaming. But after a few months, people got bored and they moved on. Why? Because this is still going to happen. It just isn't front of mind right now. Now, I've been an investor for over 25 years, and so I like to think about and look at things that are not on people's minds right now to find out their potential and note if something is good and possibly might get some major traction when money comes back in this space. Today, we're going to do an interview with a co-founder of a project called Defy. Not DeFi, but Defy. They're using the capabilities of our phones to interact in real time, much the way Pokemon Go did, but also incorporating blockchain, and are one of the pioneers in this space and direction. Since 2017, Ben, the co-founder that will be joining us, has worked in the fitness industry, building gamified fitness apps. Seems like a good background for this. Now, personally, I don't own any Defy. They were nice enough to give me a mask so I could try it out, which I enjoyed. It also got me some additional exercise. I felt the project was interesting enough. I invited them to join us on the channel. Do note this is not a paid review, so stay tuned and enjoy with me as we learn more about where blockchain and using our phones in real time and location in order to enhance gameplay and its ideas and where this is all going. Welcome to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Rain. If you like money and crypto and you're looking for a seasoned investor's take on the crypto market, join the Rainmaker family. But do note, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a crypto investor myself. We also want to thank our Patreon members. We do have a private Discord that our Patreon members get access to. If you would, make it rain on that like button, strap in for this show, and help me in welcoming Ben to join us to talk about what Defy is doing. Ben, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Jay, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. So I caught like COVID or something really bad like 2 weeks ago, and someone on your team was nice enough to send me a mask, and I was going a little bit stir crazy in the house. So like I was like coughing up lungs, but I did go out and walk around and actually played the game, and it was pretty cool. And it definitely helped the boredom of like trying to get better, being good enough to walk, but probably not good enough to be around a lot of people. So, you know, I'm walking around in the parks and stuff and playing the game and trying to do some of it. So, yeah, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you for joining us. Could you tell the audience a little bit about what Defy is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better now, man. Yeah, so Defy is a location-based play-to-earn game. It's a mobile game that uses geolocation, augmented reality, and really what we're trying to do here is to build an immersive game that blurs the lines between the real and the virtual world. So, as I mentioned to you before we started the live stream, Defy is built on a very strong story or lore. It's supposed to be a full-on game, not really a move-to-earn project, so we're very different than many of our so-called competitors in this space. Mobile is really the place that we start, but we'll be building out a multi-platform game. Yeah, and so it's pretty exciting times at the moment. We're in closed alpha for now. I can take you through some of the game, but we'll be moving into our beta in about 1 month's time. And yeah, things are going really well. We've expanded the team rapidly this year. Got some great investors and partners on. So yeah, it's exciting times. And I think, you know, like you say, a lot of the air's gone out of the room in the blockchain gaming space. But for us, it's kind of the perfect time to just have our head down and just be building and innovating, because it's not going anywhere. It's the next boom of blockchain gaming is going to be absolutely enormous. So for us, yeah, it's good times.
As investors, we love the calm before the storm. Like, we love this time because this is when you can do lots of research. When everything's just going up, it's really hard to figure out who the potential winners are. While things are slow, you just get a better chance to do your research, get a feel, and money will come back in this space. Like, blockchain gaming is the future. you mentioned something about being compared to some move to earn, because technically you might be considering the move to earn space. So projects like StepIn, which is basically a step tracker, and you can earn tokens by tracking your steps. Sometimes people said, oh, you're like them. And you're like, not so much. We're more like a game that has rewards that does incorporate you moving because it's physical location based, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so one of the things that, location-based gaming for us was an obvious place to start. My background in Web2 technology is very much in that space. I know that getting people out to explore the real world can be an incredible gaming sort of foundational experience. But moving forward, there will be different parts of the game where, you can play without moving as well. I can share some of those as we go through. I think, for StepIn, for Walken, for a lot of these projects, it's about reducing the friction in the game experience, so making it as easy as possible to basically do your daily tasks and get rewarded those tokens. And a lot of the sort of gamification comes from, leveling up your NFT assets and stuff, where for us, we actually want to build a really rich gameplay experience. And what makes games fun? You think about the games that we played when we were kids and, still play today. It's strategy, it's skill, it's having to actually put the time in to get good at something and to discover different parts of the gaming world. And so that's what we're endeavoring to build. So we started off with a location-based experience. Obviously, we've started to introduce things like drones into the game. There's going to be the ability for people to build and customize their own drones in game as well, which will become kind of like a companion or a pet that you can train to do different things within the game. But there's also other game loop experiences that have already been built, things like the hyper casual, match 3 decryption game. So things that take us beyond just going out and tracking your steps. And so that's the direction that we'll continue to go on.
Would you mind showing the viewer a little bit about the game? We have your phone connected up here. I'm going to add it in so we can see. I had a chance to play this myself some, and anyway, this will give the viewers a chance to see what it's all about, and at least where it is right now.
Yeah, cool. So we're in closed alpha. We have about 6,500 monthly active users at the moment. So we have a really vibrant community. We've done a couple of NFT sales, which have been really successful. Both sort of sold out very quickly. So the demand and the interest is definitely there. And I'll take you through the game. So starting off with the view of the virtual private masks. So these are basically like the core NFT asset for Defy. You need one of these to play the game. You can currently go and pick one up off OpenSea. They're priced pretty well at the moment, but there's also a daily mint, which is taking place every day, where we have like 100 of these masks available on our website as well. So the mask is basically your hides your identity to hack into the Future Systems network. So in the story of Defy, where players are operatives joining a revolution to fight back against this evil tech oligarchy called Future Systems. So we're hacking into their metaverse and we're stealing their currencies. So there's a couple of things here. You can see the mask energy, mask health. So this is like a degradation mechanic. And a pretty important sync for the Defy token in game. But this is the main sort of game view that you'll see. So you can see I'm in Tokyo today. I'm going to use my scanner. And cool. So I can scan and I can see all the different Future Systems towers around here. So it was first hacked by Papaya in April, and Zero Alpha, that's me. I did the last hack here yesterday. So to hack the tower, you go in and you basically have to do a short little decryption challenge. So let's see if I can quickly do this. It's always interesting doing it under pressure. Yeah, cool. Although I have done it quite a few times, so I'm relatively good at it. And there's different our securities. So, okay, cool. I've been granted access. Okay, what I can see here now is I'm going to steal one of these wallets. Estimated bounty up to 600 F coin.
And you're just close enough. Nice.
Yeah, that's lucky. So yeah, one of the things that we can see now is I've got a wallet which is uploading. If I was not sitting in my hotel room, I could go around and collect these other wallets. But what you'll see now is Future Systems fights back. So we've got this is an ARM 2000 drone. There's also another type of drone called an ARM 1000. They have slightly different behaviors. But yeah, a little bit like playing Grand Theft Auto. I've got heat on me now because I've got wallets which have been stolen. So yeah, this sucker's coming for me. So one of the things I'm going to do is fire up my EMP weapon and knock him out of the sky. Yeah, let's see if we can get him.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I got that guy, and yeah, there we go. That's just like a little bit of a taste of the map-based experience.
Very cool.
Mm.
So that's a little bit about what the gameplay currently looks like. Where do you see this possibly being in, say, or what would you hope this game looks like in a year or two?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And if I can, I'd actually like to share another screen as well.
Yeah.
But just before I do that, I'd just like to show your viewers one more part of the gameplay, which is basically the wallet decryption. So if we could go back to my phone, that would be awesome. And then I want to show you some of the sort of the blue sky stuff. So yeah, this is the other part of the game. So once you actually go out and you steal these wallets, there's a decryption game as well, which is kind of like a classic match 3 type game. This is being improved a lot. One of the things that we are doing is, because as you go out and you decrypt these wallets, there's quite a lot of back-end work to be done. So we're creating a way that, you know, people can share these with the community. There's like a job board, and that's a way that we can bring in, you know, more free-to-play players, people who just want to grind, who want to play more of this sort of like at-home, anywhere experience, while fitting into the overall lore and the story of the game. So you can, hopefully we'll just whip through this really quickly. Cool, so I've done that. And now I'm going to go and pledge it. And this is where the earning comes in. So I'm pledging the stolen F coin to the leader of the revolution, Chaos, and he's going to pay me back in Defy tokens. So that's kind of how it works. F coin is not a crypto. Defy is a cryptocurrency. F coin is like an in-game coin system. And then we've got the black market, and this is basically like a marketplace where you can pick up the masks, weapons, and then some of these things like decals that you can use to actually customize your NFTs with as well.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm getting my butt kicked at the moment. I'm only ranked 3,033, the whole community, and I play every single day. So yeah, there's some pretty active boys and girls out there at the moment.
Especially with how slow things have gotten, and a lot of the interest has kind of just drifted from blockchain gaming. Those are some really good numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we were really lucky, to be honest. Like when we started off, we grew super fast, and I'd say if anything, numbers have come down a little bit. You know, just as, like I say, the air's come out of the room a bit.
Yeah.
We still have a really engaged core community though, and like you said at the top, you know, I think things like Pokemon Go and Ingress have shown that location-based gaming can be, you know, can really reach out to the masses once you get things fired up. So there's a lot of things that we're working on, partnerships, for example. So, you know, the story behind Pokemon Go was, you know, they had built a game called Ingress years before at Niantic, and it was sort of moderately successful. I used to play it, but it wasn't anywhere as famous. And the thing that took them to the stratosphere was the partnership with Nintendo and with Pokemon. So that's something that we're working on. Like my background is commercial partnerships. I spent a large part of my career with IMG, an American sort of talent and sports marketing agency. So partnerships with brands, that's really my bread and butter. That's what I'm up here in Tokyo to do this week as well. And so some of those things I think can, we're building out this game. We're passionate about the story that we've built, but also working with, world famous brands or other gaming IP that can take this to the masses is definitely something that we're working on as well.
So I wanted to share my screen a little bit, just so the viewers, like you can see on OpenSea, do note that it's in this purple, right? So we're talking about ETH on Polygon, but basically I've gone to their NFTs, and so the entry level is 0.0235 ETH as of right now. And so basically that gets you a mask so that you can play and participate in the closed alpha, right? Because that's all they need. That's all I needed was to get a mask in order to play. Now, these are Genesis DeFi masks. What will be the value of these over? You'll have a free-to-play model in a couple months.
Yeah. So essentially the benefit of the Genesis masks and our Uprising masks, which is the second class, there's about, in total, there's just over 10,000 premium masks which are available at the moment. These will be the highest ranked NFT assets in the game universe forever. They have the highest earning potential. And so all of the masks which come out once we go into beta and free to play are basically, really starting at the bottom, and they need to be leveled up through gameplay. So owning a Genesis mask has significant benefit if people, really want to play the game, for the long term and look to play and earn as well. So as we're in our last mission for the alpha, we've cranked up the earning rewards as well as a bit of a thank you to our early core community before we go into beta and grow. And so you can earn up to 700 Defy tokens per mask per day at the moment. So there's a great reason to get involved and to get started at the moment as well.
So in token, that's per mask per thing. So let me share sharing my screen a little bit. Here I am on CoinGecko. And so they're trading at about $0.015. So 700 of them be about $10 per mask per day, right?
Yeah.
If they maxed it out.
Correct. Yeah. So you can cover the cost of the mask in a couple of days of gameplay at the moment. So obviously the whole market is pretty soft at the moment. So we hope that the prices of both of those will be higher over the long term. I'm pretty confident of that. But it's a good time to I think our game is really for gamers as well. Like if people want to come in and just play and earn, I think sure, like there are people doing that. But the core of our community are people who actually pretty invested in the gameplay and actually helping us to develop the game as well.
Cool. Now you had some slides as well for me to add in. You were going to share a screen to share some more stuff from your computer. Yeah,
I actually want to share with you a video if I can, and this will be an exclusive for the viewers. I've never shared this before, but it's going to be going out pretty soon. So let's see. You should have that now.
Perfect. Yep.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, but before I go, I'll just give you guys a little bit of background. So when I shared my phone screen, you guys would have seen there's Future Systems drones at the moment. Defy is also going to be having their own drones as well. And so one of the things that we'll be releasing before the end of the year is the ability for people to start to forge and create their own NFT drone. And so this video is just a bit of a view on how that comes together. But this is going to be a super, super fun experience where some of the pieces of the drone will be acquired through our black marketplace. Others of them will actually need to be acquired through gameplay, like going and actually knocking out future system drones or picking up loot boxes and stuff like that. But I'll just stop talking and show you the video. It's pretty cool. So this is what a personalized, customized drone looks like. And so, like I said, this is something that every player will want to own. It's not a must-have of the game. It's made up of all these different NFT assets. So you can see the core is a drone chassis, and then you've got all the different accessories. So battery packs, engines, different attachments, different weapons. And the idea is that these are all completely customizable. And so creating them will be a really fun experience. We're building out a whole website that is going to allow you to do that. We think that, and so you can attach your mask to it. You can level up your battery. You can level up all the different assets that you have. You can even customize, the lights, and all of those sorts of things. And so I'll just stop sharing that. Yeah. So
that was
these yeah. That's the first time I ever showed that. We're going to put it out on socials soon. But the idea is that these drones, number one, like customizing your own NFT assets is fun. And there's a lot of value in leveling them up and making them awesome. And if you want to, you can sell them on the marketplace. But these will also become a core part of the gameplay where you'll be able to have PvP drone battles, doing drone battling in augmented reality. But you'll also be able to basically create simple AI scripts to get these drones to go out and perform different tasks for you as well. So yeah, lots of information there, but this is going to be a core part of the gameplay moving forward.
Yeah, that adds a lot of cool elements to it. Now, do you ever see in the future that, say, people are out and they have like a drone coming they can see on the screen, that the camera will be integrated so they'd be able to open a camera and be able to see the drone like through their camera, or even see their own drone and be able to take, like, say, pictures with their own drone behind them or something because it's personalized?
Absolutely. That is something else which is also in progress, and I can actually give you a little sneak peek of some video there as well. I might come back to that. I'll just try and find the right file and share that with you guys. But yes, absolutely. So in the same way that like Pokemon Go had that very simple augmented reality experience where you pull out your phone and you have to swipe the Pokeball to catch the Pokemon, we've also got an AR view drone battle. So it becomes almost like a AR FPS gameplay experience. So yeah, it's moving beyond just like move to earn, basically.
What's funny is to see the evolution. A lot of the viewers and newer people in crypto, right? They weren't here 3 years ago. I was an early investor in Axie Infinity because I knew blockchain gaming was where it was going to go. And Axie's type of gameplay was never my type of gameplay, right? So the kind of turn-based, have your stuff, kind of Pokemon type of battle, where a lot of the Pokemon gaming, where you don't actually get to do all that much. It just kind of, you set it up and, now with Axie, you can make a few more choices, but not my type of gameplay. But I knew blockchain gaming was where I was going to go. So I invested some money in Axie Infinity, only for it to be a bear market, right? So I bought some land January 2019, and I paid attention and followed it because I knew, even though they didn't at the time didn't have anything to show for it, I knew blockchain gaming was going to go this direction. And sure enough, when we had some money come in, Axie Infinity went absolutely nuts. If I would have sold it just the right time, and I had like a magic crystal ball to know exactly when to sell it, that $4,100 I invested would have been about $10 to $12 million, which is ridiculous. And since then, it's fallen. It's come down to literally still, it'd be like $1.2 million. And so there's money in the future in this space. It's hard to tell exactly what's going to hit it, which is why I do a lot of research and I like to look for good ideas. And I felt like Defy has some fun things coming together, but it takes a little bit of vision by the viewers to see where things are, but not just see where they are now, but what is setting up to where it can go, right? Because what the game looks like now isn't what it's going to look like in a year and a half from now. And what it looks like in a year and a half from now is going to possibly be a whole lot more interesting than, Axie Infinity was like blockchain gaming version 1.0. But now we're in a whole new round that blockchain gaming will actually be more interesting, is my hope, and might be able to attract a bunch of people that don't know anything about blockchain, but they're like, hey, this game is cool. Because that's when blockchain gaming goes into mass adoption.
Yeah, I 100% agree, man. And like, there's fundamental issues for the whole industry to figure out. Like, how do we make that onboarding of non-crypto people as frictionless as possible? And there's some super cool products out there, like Magic Link is awesome. But obviously, we're dealing with money, we're dealing with sort of assets as well here. So getting the balance between that frictionless onboarding, security, and all of those things is really, really tricky. But yeah, absolutely. I think this is like where we're going, which is crypto, blockchain. In my mind, it's the rails. It shouldn't be the point of the thing that we're building, right? Like NFTs and tokenization, these are the rails that we're building on to create amazing experiences. As soon as it becomes all about the crypto itself, I think, yeah, it's the wrong move. Even though in the short term, that's probably the most profitable or the most exciting thing for a lot of people to focus on. So for us, like, there's a couple of fundamental key things that drive our vision, and I will share my screen again if that's okay.
Yeah,
just because it's easy just to sort of reinforce some of this stuff. And I'll just pop into full view there. Okay. Yeah, so these are like fundamental things, and I think what you say is so spot on. And it's like, as investors in this space, and yeah, I've been around, even though I've only been building in this space for just over a year now. I've been investing in this space since 2017 as well, and it does require that forethought and to sort of see where we're going. And so I just wanted to show this so that you guys can understand a little bit about our vision, because it will help you see where we're going. But yeah, we want to create a game that merges the real and the virtual worlds. And like, immersion for me is my passion. Like, to create an experience that really sucks you in and that you want to play again and again and you want to find out more about and that you want to explore. That's really what me and my team are passionate about. And so we're at early stages, but that's where we want to go. And so, yeah, we think that mobile, location-based, AR, these are the things that can really, merge the real and the virtual worlds.
You are one of the best games I've seen going this route so far, and you're ahead of some other ones that I know are coming behind you, but they're months and months and months behind with where you are right now.
Awesome, man. Thanks. That's an awesome compliment. Yeah, the next thing, and like, I think it'd be cool for your viewers to go and check this out. I can definitely give you guys some links. Is like this passion to create like lore and narrative. We think that really creates fun. So you can see there's a link here to this video series that we're creating, and basically, we want to turn this into a content series that, and you'll see a lot of other big players in the space, in the content space, doing this now, where we create these videos, we create these characters and stories, but they're littered with Easter eggs that actually the gamers need to look into. So if you go and watch this video, you'll see that there's codes that are hidden in there which need to be used to unlock different things in the game. So we want to create like a universe where it's the game, the content, the story. You feel like you're actually in this real world.
That's interesting. I hadn't caught the Easter eggs. I had watched some of the videos, right, when I was doing some research on the project, and they're fun, right? And it ties in kind of a setting, and it has kind of a Matrix type feel to it. It like kind of a modern day Matrix, where if you think about it, right, there's the augmented world and then the real world, and so kind of Matrixy. But the videos definitely had some kind of feel like that, with some bad guy agents coming after the main protagonist.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So this is, I'll just finish off on this, which is, this is kind of like what our driving vision is when it comes to, crypto, which is the two things that we focus on are creation and collaboration. So like those are the two things that the two call to actions that we really want to design our game around. So getting people to be able to create their own NFT assets and to level them up and, really sort of harness their creativity, but also to be able to create user-generated content, user-generated experiences. And then, collaboration. So working together as a team, feeling like you're actually part of something. Like COVID accelerated those feelings for many people of being isolated, and the feeling of being on a winning team is awesome. And so we want to do that through gaming. And then lastly, we think that like ownership ultimately becomes more exciting and more important than earning in these games, right? So like people still gain financially through playing these games, but a lot of it should be coming from like leveling up and creating your NFT assets and those in-game items becoming valuable, as opposed to just farming tokens. So we're not there yet, but that's what we're moving towards.
That idea of ownership is the powerful thing that, for my belief and why I got excited about blockchain gaming, is because I'm somewhat of a gamer, traditional, for a long time, and I played an MMO in 2003 called EVE Online, and I actually made some money on that. But you don't really own the stuff, because at the time they weren't enforcing that you couldn't sell things on eBay. And I was selling in-game items on eBay. And then there was this lawsuit. I guess one of the corporations in the game, they promoted somebody up to a higher level. He then stole all of their assets out of the corporate treasuries or whatever and moved them into his own. So effectively he stole them from them, but they gave him that power. So they demanded that the game maker reverse that. And they said, well, did he glitch it? Did he hack our system? Well, no, we promoted him to that, but he shouldn't be allowed to steal it. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, you promoted him. They said, well, we're going to sue because those items are worth about $2 million. And they said, no, they're not. And they said, yes, they are, because we could sell them on eBay for that. And they said, let me fix that then. And they reached out to eBay and made sure that there was no value associated with it. And eBay blocked selling of it. And then they started enforcing their terms of service that you don't really own anything. So, and that's the way it continued, right? World of Warcraft, and people would find these creative ways to like sell things for Bitcoin actually through World of Warcraft, but you don't own it. And it really, and if they catch you selling, you could lose your whole account that you might have spent 10 years building. So you don't have any ownership. And this is why blockchain gaming has to happen. The idea of true ownership, that you own these items. And what's crazy is when I was studying in the bear market in 2017, 2018, there was this game called Entropy or something that I was studying. I can't remember, but it had real items and real money in it that you had to put it in. And like each of their tokens was worth 10 cents, and you could put money in, you could take money out. And they had like 5 of the 10 most expensive items that had sold in gaming. World of Warcraft only had 1, but because you could put money in and take money out, they had half of the highest, most expensive items. And I thought with blockchain gaming will dwarf that because this idea of ownership, because some of these things on the games that really take off will become so valuable that they'll sell because they'll be flex pieces. Maybe the game really takes off and there's real world monetary value for like the income that can help you make. And so like in the future, and we've already seen some of that future. We got a glimpse of it the last year and a half. There's some of the Axie Infinity land, the Mystic pieces that I was buying for $80. You could buy a land chest for $80 that came with a Mystic plot. Now things at the peak, those Mystic plots were selling for $100,000 worth of ETH, which is crazy. But it was speculation on with that you'll be able to earn some income from that. And so there's all of a sudden this huge monetary system behind that, or people willing to speculate on it, because some of these things on games that do get mass adoption, some of the land or some of the special things that give you special privileges can have some massive value in the future for the games that really take off. And it's exciting to see that it is playing out that way. So we hit another lull, everything's pulled back, which gives the smart people that are still around a chance to research, test things out, try things out, make some guesses themselves on what they think is going to do well, both for playing and in crypto, I cover a lot of investment stuff because that's what I am, an investor, like this much of a gamer, this much of an investor. And I'm passionate about making little bits of money turn into big bits of money through smart investment, right? So
nice. And it's been awesome to catch up with you, and thanks so much for bringing me on the show. But yeah, I'm so aligned with everything you're saying, man. So hopefully we can chat again.
Would love to. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure the audience appreciates it as well.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine. So yes, the crypto market is slow right now, but just know that good decisions made during these pullbacks lead to life-changing ones when the market turns around. The rains will come again, and the projects that have planted their seeds well and nurtured them well will flourish. And those of you who have found, invested in, and been patient with those projects, well, your portfolios will flourish too. Now, this wrap is for all of you to reinforce the principles I share that make all the difference in higher returns.
To the space, chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, you buy before you could. Was told to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss. Cause I always make the time in mind. I take the one out cause I'm patient like that. And I'll wait for the right time. I'll sell when it's high, I'll buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't leave with my heart. The principles are simple, to leave in a lot. Why when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, got parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Time is never better, the time like the present. The next 5 years is a gift and it's feeling like heaven. I'm committed to learn, to study and to know that nothing comes easy but with knowledge the game show. Sticking out this wrong cause soon will come a bear market. Learning and growing and when it's slow will be the target. Naysayers come out, Bitcoin is dead. The massive decreases can get to your head. Sticking around, the time is better. I'm strong like that, I'll let the others be fretters. 2 years time the ball will bring back the gains. That makes it worth the effort cause here comes the rain. So let's go rainmakers, let's make it all happen. Let go of the hate, let the haters be crafting. I'm here for 5 years, let's do this together. The time is right, the time could be better. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I'll follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Haters be hating, the time to slow down. Addressing what they say when I'm wearing my crown. They're chasing green candles like someone who was new. I got a vision that was bigger, helping me to push through. I'm still human and sometimes it is rough, and that's what makes me special, simply I stay tough. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I follow what I learn, not relying on luck.